Hello everyone, welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. This is part 2 in my Build Newcrest challenge. Um, this is a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom starter home. It's priced at 19,000 simoleons. It's CC free, it's on the gallery. Yeah. So just going in with a housing shape that I like. I seen a house on Pinterest, so I was kind of following it as a guide, at least trying to. I'm just making an extra room for where I want to put the fireplace and trying to lay everything out. The layout may be a little weird, maybe it's unorthodox, but I tried my best. Honestly, at first I thought it was rather big for like what I wanted to build, but it turned out okay, I think. I really struggled with the roofing piece here. You're gonna see in a second. I don't know, it just kept like glitching out texture-wise. And then the roof just wasn't seamless. I don't know how people do those seamless roofs. Mine just don't seem to work. Maybe I'm just doing it wrong. But yeah, you can see like the texture glitch on the on the left side over there. I'm going in with some panels. In the picture, they had kind of like a pillar, but it wasn't really a pillar. It was more like a half wall, a decorated one. But I just ultimately decided to not use that at the moment. And here I'm adding in the little chimney, and I'm going to be putting the fireplace there. So I recently discovered using half walls for the chimney. I never used to use chimneys before just because I could just never make them look good. Well, I did use chimneys, it just never looked good. I would just plop a chimney on the rooftop. But yeah, I've been loving the chimneys now that I actually know how to make it somewhat good looking. But I was struggling on window choices here. I just felt like everything looked a little awkward. I decided on these, but I ended up changing them after. I think I did like those windows, but I think the window I chose, oh yeah, this window, I think that one looked a lot nicer. I just liked how it had the what do you even call that? Like the little panels beside the window. But yeah, I don't know. I usually like to add a lot of windows, but I did not add too many. I don't know, maybe this is a lot to some people, but I didn't add too many this time. I kind of wanted to make it look like a more realistic kind of house, just with the weird window placements. So overall, I think I actually take out 1 or 2 windows here. Here I am in the kitchen. I think I might get one of the kitchen packs because I'm not gonna lie, I use the same counters all the time. And here I am, I'm using the cheaper, I'm actually gonna replace this with the cheaper version from City Living. Just because we went over our budget at first. I think the house was at $22,000 simoleons at one point. And I had to basically replace things and kind of delete things as well, just because we didn't have everything in the house yet and I was already over the budget. I don't know how I did that. It was probably the exterior. No, I don't think it might have been the exterior of the house. I may have went it's not, I didn't go crazy, but clearly I went crazy enough to surpass the budget. But I really struggled with the dining room. I think I end up changing the table 3 times over the course. I don't know. I liked this one at first, and then I just thought, this is not the vibe for the house. I wanted to use a lot of green tones, but I was not feeling the green options at all. They were either just too bright or too dull or too like blue toned for green. I wanted like a more warmer toned green, but as you can see, even with the dryer, it was like kind of like an emerald color. So I kind of struggled with my little color aesthetic for the house. But yeah, I did make these Sims. I gave him a daughter. He's a single dad. Because why not? But here I am trying to add in a little desk. I've actually never used the bunk bed, so I thought it'd be kind of cute. I just wanted to use the bunk bed with a desk. I always thought those were cool when I was younger. So I just decided to add one in to live out my childhood dreams. I didn't know what to put in this corner, so or like that little nook, so I just put a bookshelf. Honestly, I could have made it look a little better in my opinion, but I also didn't have a lot of money to work with, so if you do download the house, you can always upgrade once your sim has more money, because my Sims did not have enough money. But I really wanted to put something in this corner, but a little later in the video I actually ended up taking everything out of that corner because I ended up making her room smaller. So sorry to her. But I did struggle with the rug placement. There just wasn't like a rug that I liked that fit in the space that I could size down. I even tried to change the color scheme of her room because I thought the ladybug rug was really cute. But yeah, I ended up going with this frog. The frog does get deleted a little later. Unfortunately, he just was too big for the room. I didn't like it. But yeah, I was looking for like a beanbag chair, but there's not really too many cute chairs. I don't know if there's a pack with like a beanbag chair, but I think I'd really like one. And obviously the build is CC free again. All of the builds in this challenge are going to be CC free. But yeah, moving on to the dad's room. I'm not gonna lie guys, I did the bare minimum for the dad's room. He's got a bed, a dresser, and maybe a nightstand. That's about it. I gave him a brown color scheme because I did not like any of the cheaper options that were in green, so the least I could do is give him a nice cozy brown room. And his room is so small. There was only a few ways I could put the bed, and it just ended up having to be that way. But, yeah, I put the shower as a placeholder, by the way. I do like the shower, however, like, it's kind of expensive. And, like, I don't really typically like to just use only showers or just, like, baths. I like to have the shower bath just because it's a little more convenient. Obviously, like, if you guys download the build, you can change it out. But I feel like it's a little more convenient for people when you just put both, because I feel like a lot of people play with pets. I play with pets, so maybe I'm just projecting here. But we're moving on to the living room, and when I tell you guys, I spent 30 minutes on the living room, maybe even more. This build, it was looking good. I hit the 30-minute mark. The shell was done. I had some rooms done under 30 minutes, and then it got to the living room, and I ended up spending 2.5 hours on this build, when realistically it should not have taken me that long. I just thought the layout was a little weird for the living room, and not even just that, I just struggled to find a couch and a color scheme that I liked in this living room with this fireplace. I was determined to use this fireplace color, so I had to find something that would fit. And then we had like this kind of awkward like nook at the window. I guess I could have made it like a functional window reading nook. I wish I did that now that I'm thinking about it, but we didn't end up doing that. I don't even remember. I think I put a Christmas tree, a couch and a Christmas tree back there. And by the way, the house does not have a TV or a computer. I had to sell the TV because I was out of funds, so your Sims are gonna have to get their money up before they get their fun up. There is a bookshelf in the kids' room though, so happy reading. But yeah, as you see, I have changed the overall couch and coffee table layout. It'll be changed a few more times. I might have cut it out of the video, I'm not sure, but I was really trying to like kind of jazz up this area. I just felt like it looked a little awkward, but I don't even think that, what is that called, that I just put above the fireplace? This little beam thing by the fireplace, I don't even think I kept that. I think I deleted it. But I really wanted to use these tiles because I did like the green. However, I do change it later because I just don't think it fit the kitchen, especially with the colors of the counters. But lately I've really been forgetting to put in like flooring and wallpaper in my builds. Like I'll finish doing the furniture and everything, and then I'll be like, okay, I'm done. And then I'll just play and I'll be like, wait a minute, something's not right here. And then I'll just look and I'm like, man, I forgot flooring and wallpaper. I've got my Sims living in a undone house. Furniture's there, no wallpaper, no flooring. What is going on? But yeah, we're back to the dining room. As you see, I changed the table. I did like the round table. I'm not gonna lie, I really wanted to use the table that came with Snowy Escape. What is it called? It's the one where they sit down and it's heated. I really wanted to use that, but obviously it just could not. It could fit, but was it the vibe? Definitely not. Here I was trying to change the layout a little bit just to see if I could make the living room feel a little more cohesive, a little less just thrown in there. I was really just trying anything. I was desperate at this point, but I ended up reverting it back. I really spent a lot of time just trying to make this living room work, guys, and I don't even... Am I happy with the living room now? Yes and no. I still think it could have been better, but I think I still did a good job for the most part. But yeah, you can see I'm really struggling with money here now. We're at 500 simoleons. It just gets worse, guys. I think at some points I just stop and I think, what can I get rid of? And I really wanted to change the different lights. I'm a big fan of warm lighting. I don't even like overhead lights in my own home, but for the sake of the Sims, you need the overhead lights most of the time. So I really did not want to use, just that standard like bright white light. It just doesn't give cozy. So I don't know, it's a cheap light, but I was just being really stubborn with the lighting situation. I think I actually sold the TV because I wanted to use better lights. Also, for the exterior of the house, for the houses, I really wanted to use brick, but we have a brick house already. So I didn't think it looked too great in the neighborhood aspect to just have like two of the same brick houses just side by side. So I ended up using the brick wallpaper with the sliding. I think it looked pretty cute. I've seen a few houses on some walks that have looked similar to that, so yeah. But I tried to change the windows out for a cheaper option. I just didn't like how it looked. I kind of wanted like a semi-older house look, and this season's windows just kind of made it look a little bit too new, a little too like refined, a little polished, and I just didn't want that. So I'm putting in wallpaper here, and I'm just now realizing that the windows clip into the wallpaper at the top and it just looks weird. So if that doesn't bother you, great. If it does bother you and you do decide to download the build, I highly recommend switching out the wallpaper, because that is something that drives me insane, and I don't know how I didn't catch that before I uploaded the house. But yeah, I'm so sorry to this dad and daughter because they got some ugly appliances. I really need to find better appliances that are cheaper. So I think I'll be taking a look at some Sims packs later tonight. But I was really struggling to find a wallpaper that I wanted to use in the kitchen. I didn't want to budge on the tile aspect, so I just ended up placing like a brownish wallpaper in the kitchen because it was just annoying me at the time. What I really regret on this build, or not regret, but like what I was really disappointed about on this build is that I couldn't really get too many decorations in. And I love clutter. I like to clutter my builds. I like lots of plants, lots of artwork. And we just didn't get to do that because we did not have the budget for it. So it feels a little barren, but that's okay. I end up giving them a little backyard. There's not really anything in the backyard because we're broke, but I did add in like a little hopscotch thing. You just can't use it in the winter, which I didn't know about. I tried to get her to use it and they said the conditions were too slippery, so it was kind of pointless for me to put that in there. I could have put something else, but I didn't use too many debug items, but I did spend a lot of time in the debug menu just because obviously since we have 91 simoleons, we really needed the free stuff. And I also wanted to make the house cheap enough to where your Sims should have a little bit of simoleons left over for them. Like they're not just buying the house and they've got 0 simoleons to their name. So correct me if I'm wrong. I think the starting simoleon count is 20,000 for single Sims. I don't usually I do play with single Sims, but I cheat. I'm a cheater. I'll motherload. No, maybe not motherload, but I'll do a little custom amount just to make sure that their house is like fully built. But here on this fence, I just couldn't close the gap, so I just placed a tree. I think I actually liked the taller version of this tree rather than the shorter version. But I think it still looks cute. It's a little, I can just say the fence is like really run down. But yeah, I made sure that my Sims house is fully furnished, fully done. I use whatever I want to use in there, and I'll cheat that money in there, and I will take the money away once the house is done being built. Because I want a nice house, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I do not want my Sims to be living in squalor. But what was I gonna say? I forgot. I switched it back to nighttime, 1, because it just feels so cozy building in it, and 2, to make sure the lighting situation is okay. I really wanted to add lights on the outside of the house. I just think houses look a million times better. I'm still figuring out how to actually proper light placement for outside of the Sims housing. So the lighting is going to be a little janky for a little bit. You guys are going to have to bear with me. I'll try to work on that in the next build, I think. But yeah, you can see me deleting the stuff in the kids' room. RIP. I end up changing out the couches for some more money. And I think I delete some extra lights too. I was really trying to pinch pennies, man. But yeah, here I am, kind of switching out the wallpaper. I cut it out of the video, but I spent like a good 10 minutes just looking through the wallpaper and trying it out on the house. One thing I am noticing is that I forgot to edit the roof. I wanted to change the roof color and I completely forgot. But I don't think it looks necessarily bad, but like, you know, it's just like the little details that you like to do. I ended up changing the windows because I thought the white just, I don't know, I wasn't feeling the white windows and the white door. So I changed it to like this kind of grayish brown color. In my opinion, I like it a lot better than the white, especially for this new like exterior for the house. One thing that did bother me though is you can see it, that light on top of the roof. The lighting is glitching out. I don't know why. I didn't include in the video, but I sat around for like maybe 10 minutes just trying to figure out why it was glitching out, and I just couldn't figure it out. I don't know if it was my reshade. My reshade is very outdated. I'm just so lazy to update it. I don't know if the reshade was the issue, but I don't think it was because I turned off reshade and it was still glitching out. So it just bothers me that the light is so blocky. But the build is done. I don't know how I talked for this whole 21 minutes, but I wasn't planning on it. But yeah, here's some videos, some little cinematography for you guys. I really enjoy doing these on the speed build. I don't know, I just feel like it makes the video a lot cuter. I'm going in with screenshots now. I'm trying to talk fast. Here's the living room. It's a little barren, but you guys can add some decorations in. Dining room, I added this in after on the table. Kitchen, extremely barren. I don't think I forgot anything. Here's the washroom. As you can see, I changed the tub, and you know I always have to add a washer and dryer. Here's the dad's room. He's got absolutely no artwork and just one lonely plant. Here's the daughter's room. And yeah, that's it for the build. I'll see you guys next week.